Hey everybody, this is Jay-Z with Jay-Z Reviews. I was just going to touch base and talk a little bit about a movie I just went and saw recently, as well as a book that I read that I thought was really good. So the movie, unfortunately, is not the best. At least I didn't think so. It's Marlowe with the actor Liam Neeson and the wonderful Jessica Lange. The movie was definitely trying to capture the older style films, and it did a fairly decent job, but it just wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't get into it. It was just too slow. I think that's probably part of the problem. It was just trying so hard to replicate some of the older movies from the past and be very sleek and stylish. And no, it didn't. It just didn't. It didn't do it for me. Liam Neeson's a fairly decent actor. He's done some great parts, but and I really love Jessica Lange, but I feel like she was. I don't know. She was not that she was miscast, but I just don't like the fact that she wasn't really used to the full extent that I really thought she should have been. But I love her. She's done so many great movies, but of course, Sweet Dreams is one of those I think of. But also, I love her in the American Horror Story series, especially the one about the circus freaks. The end of that was just classic, where she was performing Heroes by David Bowie. I'll never be able to forget her from that part, that role. But so, as far as this might be one of those movies that you might want to just, if you don't have anything better to do on a Saturday or Friday or Saturday night, and just want to see some well-known actors in a film, this is okay. It's just not what I had wanted it to be or expected it to be. So, just a heads up, it's not the best. 3 out of 5 if I had to rate it. So maybe, I don't know, actually maybe 2 3/4 out of 5. I don't know. So anyway, so that's Marlowe. I think it's currently out. I don't think it's hit mainstream yet as far as streaming services, but it shouldn't take long. So switching gears, though, going over to a novel I just recently read and really enjoyed. It's called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's somewhat long. It took me a while to read this one, and normally I'm a pretty voracious reader, but I was reading this with a book club, and it just, for some reason, I don't know, it's just a lot to it. But I went back and reread it, because by the time we had the meeting, I had not finished it. But it's about a young lady who is back in, lives over in Europe, very early times, 1500s. And she wants to have the dream. Let me just put it that way. She had the dream, or a desire, a wish, I'll say. And she has a lady who lives near her who's always told her that, if you make a wish, that's fine, or pray to somebody, just don't pray to anything in the evening. Well, naturally, of course, what's going to happen is this young girl decides to do that one night, and unfortunately, she encounters, which I'm going to call the devil, because that's what it seems like, who grants her wish. And the problem is that, yes, she gets it granted, but I don't think she does. No, she doesn't die. So she basically can see somebody, and in the next minute they forget her. So she really has nobody to remember her. She has longevity, but she's not going to be able to find that long, true love, or be able to go through the rest of her life, experiencing things that we all do as humans, love, life, happy times, good times, bad times, death, and things like that. So it takes her through a various state of from where she was back in the early century France or Europe, wherever it was that she was located, into New York, and she encounters this gentleman, young guy, who, when she goes to see him the next day, he actually does remember her, and that throws her for a loop because she never thought she'd find anybody like that. During this whole time, Luke, it's L-U-C, which I'm sure that's short for Lucifer, ends up coming back into the picture and stays in the picture, and he's trying to constantly get her to give in so she will surrender her soul, and she refuses to do it. So she's fighting as hard as she can. So once she encounters the young man that remembers her, she does truly find what she feels like is the love. The ironic part of the thing, though, is that this young man has actually also encountered Luke, and I won't give away anything about what he's done, but it does happen for a reason. So it's a very good and interesting novel, good read. again, I think if I'd have really just, because I do tend to read sometimes 2 and 3 things at a time, I think if I'd have just fully given my attention to it, it probably would have been a faster read. But anyway, it's definitely a good one. So if you get a chance, check it out. I hope y'all like these reviews. These are just my thoughts and comments on things I've watched and read. So appreciate it. Catch y'all next time. Thanks.